He has risen, baby girl.
Fuck! And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
Good morning! Today we've got a brand new toy review, and today we're looking at the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool. I spent $50 on this fucking thing. So this is part of Hasbro's, they call it their Maximum Series. They are supposed to be like the definitive end-all, be-all, perfect editions of characters. They've done a Spider-Man, which is divisive. They've done a Hulk, which I don't like. They decided for their third figure, instead of doing a Spider-Man with gimmicky articulation or a Hulk that has gimmicks and is made of rubber, so it's slowly degrading over time, they just released a normal-ass Deadpool. He's just got a lot of stuff and dupe. So this is the first time we're looking at a Maximum Series figure. He's $50.
What the fuck?
The normal price of a Legends is not $50. So I don't know what Hasbro was on about, but $50. Maximum Deadpool. You got Deadpool and dupe. Deadpool and dupe. I guess they just threw dupe in to like inflate the packaging a little bit. There's another Deadpool. I will say that I do like that it's the Marvel Now suit, which is my favorite Deadpool, so I guess that's good. All right, here we have Deadpool. Or as I like to call him, $50 worth of plastic, apparently. So I'm pretty happy with him. I like him as a figure. You know, I just don't know if he's worth $50. There are plenty of Deadpools out there, so if this isn't your favorite costume for him, they all kind of look the same, so who cares? But for a quick comparison, here is the original Marvel Now Deadpool that they made way back when. This is using the Bucky Cap body, and I believe it was the Juggernaut wave. It is definitely a straight comparison. I have no idea what's going on with the torso on that one. I think this is at least 10 years worth of a difference, so I like to think it's an upgrade. It is kind of weird how it is like almost like a new version of the same figure, since they've got the same pouches, pockets, even like hands and weapons, because this one also came with like some joke accessories as well. And for what this is a very nicely detailed Deadpool. Not a lot of paint scuffs or anything. The eyes are squinting. He's got a little bit of a tug here from his mask. You've got the ear detailing. You've got a bit of the nose. And yeah, I mean, that's Deadpool's face. He's got a pretty thick neck. It almost looks a little too thick because his head just kind of keeps going down. So maybe I would have thinned that out a little bit. Torso, he's not super jacked, but he's a little buff. So this is also pretty well painted. I appreciate that they actually made the silver bits here like raised plastic instead of just painted on the original. Sleeved arms, they've actually got a cut here for the black and the red. He's got his little wrist guards, which I appreciate that there's actually some battle damage. You can see some like scrapes and bruises on it. If it was actually painted, I think that would have looked a lot better because you could actually see the detailing. And you can even see like the faux like leather straps on the plastic. Gives a little bit more definition. Not really like crazy paint job or anything on Deadpool. Like there's a lot of the pockets, you know, like the buttons and everything are painted. You can see the belt. You've got the Deadpool logo. A holster with the little stud is painted. All around on this one's painted. I did appreciate more on the original that he actually had like a couple of grenades strapped on. Gave it a little bit more loaded up feeling. Then he's got one thigh holster. Also had studs. It appears to actually be a part of the leg. If you zoom in, you can see it's actually pegged in. So that's not going anywhere, and that's not going to be sliding around. Interesting choice. I know on Legends they usually let you kind of like move it around depending on the pose or anything. And there is a pretty noticeable gap between the like thigh piece and the leg for mine. I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not, but a little bit of a gap. And then going down, he's got black boots. These little leg guards. He's got a knife sheath, and then you can see these straps kind of coming through. I wish maybe the buckles were painted, and maybe they would have been a different shade of black alongside the actual boot, because they do kind of just blend together. But I know on the original Deadpool, they were like that too. However, on this one, the buckles on the boots were painted, whereas on the new one, they are not. Now, articulation-wise, I don't know if this Deadpool is like parts reused with any figures. I know there was a con exclusive that used like the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body, which I think was adapted into the Maximum Spider-Man. I don't know, this may just be the Maximum Spider-Man body with other bits on it.
Mistake!
I don't know for sure. But articulation-wise, he's got a lot more than the typical Legends. Now, he's got a ball joint at the head, which is great, pretty typical. And then instead of the neck being stuck on, it's actually also a ball joint, which is great. However, for the life of me, I cannot get his neck to go straight up. So it's always a little off to the side. Then he's got ball at the torso. And then he's got a bit of a crunch. So a lot of articulation. You usually either get one or the other. Swivel at the shoulders. Comes out with a butterfly. Click in, double jointed. This one is pretty, it doesn't feel like the peg is fully in the hole. So I'm kind of worried that that's gonna do something one of these days. And then swivel at the wrist. The wrist guard isn't bumping into anything, which is nice. And then he doesn't have drop down thighs or anything, which is great because I hate those. Kick, spin. And then he's got another spin at the boot. And then he's also got a toe joint, which for a Deadpool is kind of crazy. They really only bust those out for like Spider-Man and the, I guess, Maximum Spider-Mans. Pretty good. You can do more than you would expect with them. Now, accessory-wise, I think this is where Hasbro justifies this being a maximum release. You've got a unmasked head, not a fully one, you've got a partial. They actually haven't done a fully unmasked Deadpool in a long while. Trigger finger hands, you've got sword holding hands, you've got thumbs up, semi-pointing, peace sign. He also has a armory. Big ass machine gun. He's got an AK-47 out from under his hat. BFG. Eesh. A stick of dynamite. His two katanas. He's got two handguns. Got a baby knife. El Guerrero Taquiero. And you also have what probably is what they made just to justify this being a maximum figure, is Dupe, a full figure of Dupe. He's like a joke character from like the early 2000s, kind of a weird alien Slimer looking dude. The original like Marvel Legends, way back in the Toy Biz era, they released a Deadpool that came with Dupe, so this is kind of a callback to that. I didn't really need this. I honestly would have taken more accessories, or maybe a couple of different heads, like maybe some with like more expressions, because just having Deadpool with a default. So overall, that is the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Deadpool. This is a $50 figure. I don't know if this is worth $50. Fuck tariffs. Fuck the political system we live in that has made buying budget toys expensive. Because if this was 40, 35, like I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, this is like a deluxe release, this is nice, but for 50, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. I will say he's probably the nicest Deadpool that Hasbro's ever made. Bonus points that it also happens to be my favorite look for Deadpool. I love the Marvel Now suit with the extra padding, but I don't need Dupe. I don't need the cartoonishly big guns, because like the machine gun and the AK look like something that would have came from the classified line. I like the BFG kind of thing. That's fun. The hands are really nice. I wish he came with more heads than just a half unmasked one. A fully unmasked one would have been great. One where the eyes are a little more expressive, because normally they're just squinty, but like Deadpool, you could have big eyes. You could even give him like cartoonish heart eyes or something. So if he was like on clearance, I'd say get him, because again, this is probably the best Deadpool Hasbro's made. He's got everything to him. The articulation's really nice. He feels super like quality to hold. Plastic is super smooth. The toe joint is really nice. Like, there's a lot of good things here. It's also $50, so you can decide if a Wade Wilson, yet another Deadpool, is worth $50 to you. This feels like it's a figure made for me, because I love Deadpool. He's my favorite Marvel character, right next to Agent Venom, and I have definitely been eating good in that department lately. If you like Deadpool, it might be worth $50. They definitely have tried their best to fill the box, but I would wait to find it on sale. Maybe for $40, $35 would be great, but I don't think you're ever gonna find it for that, so wait for it to go on sale, and once it does, good. It's a good figure. If you are a fan of the Maximum series, this is the only one I have, because there's no QC issues here, baby. It was just $50, baby.